Okay, so we've got the Lonely Lake Monster, Chapter 9, The Forest Suite. Although they were still inside the old button factory, Pearl and Ben stood at the edge of a living forest. A deep layer of dirt covered the floor. Vines sprouted amongst gnarled roots. Trees reached to the ceiling. Pearl took a deep breath of the warm, damp air. Beads of moisture clung to the tips of branches and glistened on fern fronds. Moss sparkled with sunlight, which streamed through a bank of windows on the far wall. Whoa, Ben said as a frog croaked nearby. My parents would never let me put frogs in my room. Pearl climbed onto a big rock and stood on her tiptoes, peering over the tops of shrubs. I don't see the Sasquatch, do you? No, Ben balanced the clippers on his shoulder. But it's brown, so it's going to blend in with the trees. Well, we don't blend in, Pearl said. Our lab coats are practically glowing. Then she called, Here, Sasquatchy, here, Sasquatchy. The frog stopped croaking, but nothing moved. She called again. Where was it hiding? Too bad we don't have another kit. Yeah, too bad. The Sasquatch catching kit had contained a number of helpful items. A net for trapping, a whistle for making Sasquatch sounds, a tranquilizer dart for disabling, and a fog bomb to keep away snoopy neighbours. The kit also held Dr. Wur's guidebook, which explained how Sasquatches love sweet treats, and a chocolate bar, which Pearl had used to lead the creature through the forest. Sweet treats? She reached into her pocket and pulled out a stick of gum. I don't have any chocolate, but maybe this will work. Hey, chewing gum isn't allowed, remember? Do you want to find the Sasquatch or not? She removed the wrapper and then waved the piece in the air. Here, Sasquatchy, I have something for you. It's strawberry flavoured. A grunt sounded from across the room. Then the dirt vibrated with pounding footsteps. Tree branches swayed and shrubs rustled as the Sasquatch appeared, pushing through the dense foliage. Moss and leaves clung to its matted brown fur. The scent of wet dog and sweaty socks surrounded it like a cloud. Pearl jumped off the rock and stood close to Ben. Towering over them, the creature stared at the stick of gum with its dark eyes. Hi, Pearl said. Would you like this? Don't ask it questions, Ben reminded her. The guidebook had warned that Sasquatches got angry when asked questions. Ben glanced down at its big, hairy feet. I think this will be easier if we can get it to sit. Okay, Pearl said. She crouched next to the boulder and held the gum low to the ground. Sit, she said. The Sasquatch scratched its sloping brow and then sat on the boulder. Pearl handed it the piece of gum. It popped the gum into its mouth, chewed, and then swallowed. No, you're not supposed to eat it, Pearl said. The scent of strawberry filled the air as the Sasquatch burped. Pearl and Ben stared at the hairy feet, which were as big as a clown's. The toenails were jagged and bristly. Yuck, Pearl said. You do it. Why me? Ben asked. 'Cause you have the clippers. Ben groaned. Fine. He knelt beside the feet. Then he pointed the clippers at one of the toes. The Sasquatch whimpered. I'll distract it, Pearl said. My mum always distracts me when I have to get a shot. She opened another stick of gum and popped it into her mouth. See, she told the creature, chew, 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 but don't swallow. As the Sasquatch watched Pearl chew with her mouth wide open, Ben slid the clippers over a toenail. He squeezed the handles. Nothing happened. Whoa, this toenail is as thick as wood. Gritting his teeth, he squeezed harder. Click! A wedge of the toenail sailed through the air and ricocheted off Pearl's neck. Ouch, she said. Watch it, those things are sharp. Ben moved the clippers to the next toenail. Gritting his teeth again, he squeezed the handles. Click! The toenail flew right at Ben's nose. Ow! I told you, they're like arrows. The Sasquatch growled. Keep distracting it, Ben said. Pearl took out another piece of gum. She chewed and then blew a bubble. The Sasquatch made a soft cooing sound. Oh, it likes that, she realised. She blew another bubble. I'll teach you how to make bubbles. She handed the creature a second piece of gum. As the bubble-making lesson proceeded, Ben cut another nail. He ducked as it flew over his head and impaled a tree trunk. Who knew cutting toenails could be so dangerous? Do you think a Sasquatch is a level 1 or a level 2 on the danger scale? That last toenail nearly stabbed my eyeball. Maybe we should get some safety goggles. And then Ben's mouth fell open and he dropped the clippers into a bed of soft moss. Speaking of eyeballs, he pointed. Pearl could tell from the way Ben's face had gone pale and the way his eyes had widened that something was behind her. If Ben had been smiling, she would have whipped around, eager to discover whatever cute little creature was hanging in the forest suite. But his pointed hand started trembling. Pearl froze. "What is it?" she whispered. "Ben, what are you pointing at?" I don't know," he stammered. "But it's huge." Pearl didn't like feeling afraid. The air in the forest suite suddenly felt cold, and goosebumps sprang up along her arms. The Sasquatch didn't seem bothered, however. It had grabbed the entire pack of gum and was shoving all the pieces, including the wrappers, into its mouth. Ever so slowly, Pearl turned around.